Broad Street, Birmingham, has been going for nearly 10 years. It's known for its buffet cuisine, which comes from over 5 continents across the globe. So before we get into the food, it was high time I had a conversation with the manager to talk about the restaurant. How you doing, guys? I'm sitting here in the middle of Jimmy Spices in Birmingham with the manager, Sash. How you doing, Sash?
I'm good. How are you, Sam?
Really good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Really good to meet you. Now, I want to have a conversation, of course, walking into Jimmy Spices. You know, the first thing that hits you is the size of the place.
It's massive, isn't it?
It's huge. It's absolutely huge. And you know what? There's so many tables. You are ready to go. I mean, it's a buffet place. We know that. But, I mean, it looks like to me, straight off the bat, you've got a lot of room, not just for groups, but families as well. Is that the intention?
Spacious. The intention is to give space to every single customer sitting in.
Yeah.
So though there are so many tables, but you will see they have good distance in between,
Yeah.
so everybody can have their private space.
Okay.
That's the whole idea about give everyone some private space.
Okay.
Families coming in, they can have nice personal conversation
That's
if
true.
they want to.
Yeah.
Cubicles like this.
Yeah.
You can sit down over here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And when you're in
much more personalized.
When you're going back and forth for separate dishes, sometimes you need more space, right?
Yes, you do.
You know, just to maneuver, because you know I'm a bit like that. When I know there's a lot of food,
You need some exercise to get everything digested.
yeah, you got to get up, you got to come back down. You know, it's all good. So, Sash, with your journey, Jimmy Spices, because I know Jimmy Spices has been going for more than 10 years. How did your journey start here?
My journey started back in 2005.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Brilliant.
It is a long time back when the
It is,
Jimmy
yeah.
Spices was getting popular that time. It was the only of its own kind.
Yes.
There was no other multi-cuisine that time.
No.
And it was booming. The buffet restaurants were booming. And 2009, 2010, we were the only one. And then people start, you know,
Coming to know about it.
And then there's more buffet restaurants which are in the market now. But as we are the originals, we are the first ones. So we are still standing sound and clear.
Now, what's interesting about this is that we're on Broad Street in Birmingham, okay?
It's the city centre.
And this
Can't
is
go
it.
wrong, yeah.
This is where the action happens. Okay, I'm not going to let you know what happens on a Friday, Saturday night. You're going to have to come late in the day to see what happens, all right? I mean, if you like to have a good time, you want to go somewhere to eat and then have a drink after, come to Broad Street. Now, Jimmy Spices is just by the canal and it's at the centre of all that. So you've got a lot of passing trade.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
There's Barclay Arena next to us, ICC, Central Library. There's Hyatt Hotel next to us. A lot of hotels around us.
Yeah.
So anybody who's coming to city centre for anything,
That's
for conferences or for any shows, this is the best place to come.
This is it.
Quickly eat, and then they could go to whatever they're doing.
Now, I noticed that as well, because with Jimmy Spices, it's not just a restaurant in the evening, but I've seen people coming in from work for lunchtime.
There's a lot of offices around RBS.
Yeah.
There's a lot of buildings around which professional buildings where people are working, coming in the daytime. They got a break for an hour. Best place to come away and have a quick meal.
In terms of general costs, I mean, lunchtime, you do a lunchtime menu. So
lunchtime menu is $8.99 for all you can eat.
Yeah.
Includes a free coffee in there.
Brilliant.
So you can't go wrong. Have a free coffee with $8.99 of unlimited starters, main course and desserts.
Fantastic.
A sandwich costs you more than that sometimes.
Well, yeah, you can't go wrong. And $8.99, ladies and gents, you can eat as much as you want.
Yeah.
All right, that's music to my ears. And of course, then later in the evening, $15.99 in terms of the rest of the menu.
The weekday starts in the evening from $11.99. They're happy hours, which is 4 to 7. You finish before 7 o'clock, you get a special deal now, which is $11.99, and the cocktails are 2 for 1 in that time.
Of course.
Now, then afterwards, weekdays is $12.99 and then $15.99 on weekends.
Brilliant. Okay. Now, one thing I will say, of course, I mean, look, you do drinks here. It's a licensed restaurant, of course. You can have drinks. There's mocktails,
cocktails, selection of wines, spirits, single malts, pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything. Now, the thing is this: I'm really, really looking forward to having a conversation with your head chef and seeing what's going to be happening in the kitchen. Now, I know that the kitchen is open plan.
Yeah, it is.
So when your guests walk into Jimmy Spices or walk in,
they can see all the action.
They can see all the action.
Yeah.
And don't you think, now one thing I will say about Jimmy Spices is that you were very much one of the first, like you said, buffet places that I came across. And a lot of restaurants followed suit. But also it was one of the first places where you could see people cook the food.
That's what all about Jimmy Spices is, when you can see what is happening. You can see your stir fries getting cooked, masala dosa getting cooked, grill station you can see your steak, fish, or if you want naan breads, kebabs, everything is in front of you. So you can see how important it is for us to keep the hygiene rating right. which I have to mention that we got 5-star rating now.
Oh, congratulations.
And, yes, it was back in September. We got 5-star rating.
And that was 2016, was
2016.
Fantastic news.
We
Brilliant.
Got, 5-star rated.
Okay.
And it is much more important for the customers to see what is happening in front of their eyes, so they get a satisfaction. It is all cooked fresh.
Because you can see the food, you want to eat the food, you want to get behind the food. Now, one thing I will say about your food, and this is the other thing, look, it is a buffet restaurant. There is a selection of food from 5 continents across the globe.
Yes.
So we're looking at Chinese, we've got Indian,
Mexican, Italian, sushi, you can have from Japanese, and then there's desserts where you can have, for kids, candy floss, pancakes, chocolate fountain, plenty of cakes, ice cream.
It's endless. It's endless.
It's
right.
Everything in there.
So the key thing about this is, look, there's a vast array of food. There's a lot of food, Sash, to contend with. Now, one thing I know that you guys are proud of is how fresh your food is. So I understand that the food, even though it's been sitting there, you'll have a fresh batch coming out. This is in terms of the curries. You know, you've got. Explain about that process.
There's a time limit for every food to be out there.
Yeah.
We cook in small portions.
Yeah.
So it is not more than 35 to 40 portions.
Yeah.
2 hours time we give to every food. If it's finished in 2 hours, good enough. If it's not, most probably it is, because you can see how busy the restaurant is. We got 40 to 50 customers coming in every hour. So in 2 hours, that food is highly unlikely to be there. But if it's there, it goes straight away into the bin.
Fantastic.
And then the new food comes out.
Right, so no messing around there.
That keeps the freshness, it keeps the health and hygiene standards.
And that's kind of what you want, isn't it? Yeah. Now, in terms of the food itself, there's a lot of food. Now, I understand you've got quite a few chefs in the back as well. Yeah. Have those chefs been with Jimmy Spice for some time? Are they from different places?
Few of them are here from good 10 years, over 10 years now. And then a few are new, but they're all from different regions. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, Nepal.
Brilliant.
So you got chefs from everywhere. So you got flavors of different countries here.
Everywhere. Yeah.
And moreover, Indian chefs are here, Pakistani chefs are here, Bengali chefs are here. They know about the Asian food, so they know what to cook and what the taste Asian people do like. So
I mean that's interesting, because look, we have got that Chinese food. You've got the noodles, the stir fry, and of course we mentioned even I think sushi as well. You've got some sushi as well.
Evening day sushi. Yeah.
And then of course we can't do this program without talking about desi khana as well. So I've seen out there.
There's plenty of desi khana. You can't go wrong with desi
and I'm going to be getting behind that a little bit later on, ladies and gents. I'm really looking.
That's our backbone, desi khana.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Now, Sash, I will say, as a manager of Jimmy Spices, I would imagine it gets quite busy here.
It does.
You have, of course, we talk about corporate through in terms of afternoon slots coming in, and you've got family coming in as well, essentially on the weekends. Now, what happens on the weekend? It gets quite busy. I think on a Sunday you're doing special for
Sunday we're doing special offer for the children, so it's all day one price for the adults, and every adult can get one child under 10 years for free. So it's every Sunday. Adult pay full price, and one adult can get one child under 10 years for free.
So one child under 10 years of age.
Every paying adult.
Right. So we've got to get that straight, right? So there's one paying adult, and then you get to bring one child under 10, each for free.
Yeah. So a family of 4, 2 kids, 2
mum and dad.
And
we're good.
And you're good. You just pay for 2 adults.
So if you've got 6 kids,
then it's a bit of trouble.
Have to have a bit of a conversation. But, happens. Have you ever had anybody try to sneak in? Maybe get a few adults and then they all. I mean, I suppose you could do that. You bring auntie and uncle, couldn't you?
Yes, you can. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Bring auntie and uncle along, and you can get the kids free.
So bring the family. That's what it's about, and that's on a Sunday as well, ladies and gents. Okay, Sash. So look,
on Sunday there's a spot for the kids. There's face painting on for free. So face painting. Yeah. You can get glitters on with the face painting. Okay. There's plenty of things going on Sunday for the kids.
Okay.
So kids are busy one, and you can have.
So they've got the face painting happening in one section of the restaurant. Adults are there eating their food. The kids are eating as well. So everyone's having a good time. Okay, that sounds really, really good. Well, Sash, I mean, one thing I want to say to you, I'm really, really excited. I really want to get into that kitchen and have a conversation with your head chef.
I hope you like it.
I saw him earlier, your head chef. He was smiling at me when I walked in. I think he's quite excited by the fact that he's going to be cooking the food. What was his name again?
Gopal.
Gopal, that's the one, right? So I'm going to be having a conversation with Gopal in part 2 of the show. Okay. It's been wonderful having a conversation with you, Sash.
Wonderful to have a conversation.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gents, that's part 1 of the show finished. I'll be back in part 2, where I'll be in the kitchen and we'll be getting amongst that beautiful food. I'll see you then. Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of the show, and of course we are here, Jimmy Spice's in Birmingham. Now this place is all about food from around the world. We've got different chefs making food at different times, really busy kitchen, amazing to watch, colour, drama, it's what I love about cooking. Now standing in front of me is Gopal, the head chef.
Nice to meet you, sir.
It's nice to meet you, my friend. Absolutely boiling in here, but I can't wait to enjoy this food. Now we're gonna have 3 dishes. We've got the chicken stir fry, and then we've got that special kebab. What's that called?
It's called Galafisi kebab.
Right, brilliant. And then, of course, we're going to come straight to this. I love this. We've got Masala Dosa.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, Gopal.
Just South Indian.
Yeah.
We need to check the temperature first or the hot plate.
Take it away, my friend.
You can wipe it out.
Now you've got to wet and wipe. All right, remember that. All right. Don't try this at home.
And this is the mixture for dosa.
Now look at that. Now there is a special way of doing this. You start from the center, and then you're
just pushing out basically.
Push out, yeah. Don't forget to push.
Otherwise, what will happen? Your dosa will come uneven.
Yeah, it will. And we don't want an uneven dosa. No, I know what you mean. It's horrible.
Then you have to put a bit oil in there.
Okay. Is that regular olive oil?
Yes, it is salad oil.
Okay.
And then you got a mixture on the side.
Wow.
And warm it.
And that's potato mixture?
It is potato, onion, and you got the cashew nut in there.
Brilliant.
And temper with mustard and curry leaves and whole chili.
Wow.
Depend upon put some fresh ingredient in there.
Look at that. Now that looks like to me tomato, coriander, and onion, which is very Indian. It's got to be done. Now the thing about this, Gopal, is this is typical Indian street food, isn't it?
It is.
You go to the streets of Mumbai, South India, Hyderabad, Chennai, you'll see dosa.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Basically, if you go on, especially South India, like a Kerala and all
Yeah.
that, you got every street in this.
And this is a staple in South India. I lived in Hyderabad for a few years, and a few months actually, not years, and this is all I ate for breakfast, and it was beautiful. So it's one of my favourites.
Yeah, it can be eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
It's all-time favorite in South India.
Just like roti, innit? Roti and rice, eat it anytime you want.
Yes.
Okay, so is this nearly done then? So it's browning off underneath?
Yeah, it need to be a bit golden brown, need to be cooked.
Fantastic. And then of course you've got
Your filling is ready.
Now this is a masala dosa. Can you make other dosa as well?
Yeah, we can make onion dosa, we can make chicken dosa.
Wow.
And if you have a paneer mixture, you can make a paneer dosa.
Yeah. That might be a bit too heavy for me, paneer at this time, plus with the other dishes as well.
Some vegetarian for paneer is like something special.
Yeah.
Then they can have a paneer dosa.
Brilliant. You know, and that's what I love. I mean, of course, Jimmy Spice has got so many dishes from around the world, but of course, those desi dishes, gotta have them. Gotta have them in a buffet place. And the dosa, for me, is an absolute speciality. I can never have a whole one, Gopal. I can only have half, you know.
I can make small for you if you want.
Nah, we'll have this one. This is right.
See,
as you can see, look at that. So can you see that? That's caramelized.
It's depend upon, you can fold half moon shape or
Yeah.
you can roll it how would feel easy.
Brilliant. And I've got a plate for you, my friend.
Thank you.
Is that for me?
There you go.
Now, what is that served with, Gopal?
It is goes with very well with tomato chutney, coconut chutney, and sambar.
Brilliant.
Sambar is like a South Indian lentil with vegetable.
Wow. Okay, Jimmy Spicy dosa. I'm having that later on. Let's get to the next dish. All right, guys, so we're at the stir-fry station, and it's about time I got my chicken stir-fry ready. So the way it works here at Jimmy Spice's is that you help yourself to the food available. We've got noodles here. We've got Chinese cabbage. We've got peppers. We've got pak choy. We've got bean sprouts, mushrooms, fresh prawn, and chicken. So what you do is you grab your plate. It's really straightforward. They do mixed seafood as well, and beef. Now, I obviously want the chicken stir-fry. You know what? I'll be a bit cheeky and stick some prawns in there as well. You should never mix your meats, but, you know, why not? Right, so I'm just going to go in and help myself, and I'm going to have a bit of everything, you know? I'm not going to go too nuts. I've got some onions in there. You've got to get the gut in there, you know? Desi style. Right, a bit more of that. Got the cabbage. And you know what? I always like to go for these noodles. And look at that, just look at that. Stick it on your plate. I'm going all in, I don't care. And then you know what? That is ready to give to chef. That's a big helping for me, let's do it. Okay, so it's that time. My chicken stir fry is ready. I've handed it to chef on a plate. Hello, chef.
Yeah, Sunny, how do you want, which sauce would you like?
You know what? Which ones have you got?
We got black bean, sweet and sour, Szechuan, sweet chili, and soya sauce.
Right, I'm gonna have sweet chili, my friend, yeah.
Do you like some garlic in there?
Yeah, throw some garlic in there.
All right. They mark garlic.
Yeah. And I love garlic. Guys, who doesn't like garlic? And look at that, fresh, straight in there. Wow, look at that. Look at that. And that's the thing with Jimmy Spices. So you've got the fresh garlic in there. We've got the meat cooking first. As you can see before, it's all about picking your ingredients, handing them over to the chef so you can get on with it and put in there what you want. That is amazing. And it's all cooked fresh, and that's the thing with this place. Everything is fresh, ready to be served to you. Wow.
Chicken is already cooked now.
Thank you. All right. And then we've got the noodles going in, chef, with the vegetables, yeah? Wow, look at that. Now, by the way, I have got a wok at home, but it never seems to look this good, chef, when I do it.
Because you don't have the enough pressure.
Years of training, eh? How long have you been doing this now? How many years?
Maybe I'm in the chef last 21 years now.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I put my sauce now, sweet chili.
Thank you. And then can I have a bit more chili? Is that all right? And some soy sauce? Is that soy sauce?
Yeah. Some chili?
Yes.
Some chili in there, yeah?
Wow. So again, you can have this however you want. Chef's mixing it all up. Now we've already done the dosa. That's out of the way. This is my chicken stir fry, and it's ready to be served.
It's done now.
Fantastic. Wow. Wow. And this is exactly how it comes out, and this is exactly how it's served at Jimmy Spices. Let's get on to the next dish, shall we? Okay, guys, the time is near when I'm nearly ready to eat the food, right? We've had the chicken stir fry, we've had that dosa, and of course, now it's time for a speciality as well here at Jimmy Spices, the Galapi kebab. This is amazing. It's basically a shish kebab. As you can see what chef's doing here, he's actually putting in more coriander, tomato, and onion, and that is ready to go straight into the tandoor. Oh yeah, fresh, beautiful. Okay, so while that's cooking now in the tandoor, I'm going to get myself prepared to eat all of the dishes for the end of the show. It's about that time. Thank you, chef.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my friends, it's that time of the show where I actually get to taste the food. You know how it is. This is what it's all about. I've been in the kitchen with the chefs, had a great time watching them cook the food. They really, really are passionate about what they bring. Here at Jimmy Spices, it's all about the buffet. As you can hear all around, friends come here, families come here in droves. So let's do it. Let's get onto the food. The first dish, Masala Dosa, coming my way.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Enjoy the food.
Thank you very much. That's much appreciated. Now, as you can see, huge masala dosa. And you don't have to go this big if you don't want to. If you want to have a small one, that is up to you. But you know me, I'm going straight in. I don't care. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut straight into the center. Some people like to go from the outside because they like it crispy on the outside. And let's have a little taste. All right, here we go. Bit of the old sambal in there. It's kind of like dal, but just a bit different. Oh. Oh. Ayya. Ooh. That is absolutely beautiful, all right? Dosa cooked to perfection. Crispy on the outside, slightly soft in the middle. And you know what? That masala mix is really special. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, let's get to the next dish. Thank you very much. All right, so chicken noodles, chicken stir fry. It's quite straightforward. As you saw earlier, it was made fresh. You pick out the food yourself. You pick out the meat that you want. Chicken. I had a bit of prawn in mine as well, and I'm told that they have seafood and they have a beef option as well. You've got all the different vegetables. You've got the different noodles that you can try. And look at this. I'm going to try and eat all of this. I might have to share it with the crew later on. That is absolutely on the money. And you know what I love about this place is that it's all done fresh. It's done in front of you. That is beautiful. Chicken, stir fry, fresh noodles, fresh veg. Oh, it's got enough chili in there. I'm good to go with the next dish. Let's do it. Now, as you can see here, Galapi kebab. We all like a bit of shish kebab, and I know you do, mate, especially you sitting in the living room looking at this right now. The thing about this one here at Jimmy Spices, they call it the Galafi Kebab. As you can see, it's marinated in its own spices, but then they add a bit extra at the top with the coriander and the fresh onion. And then, of course, it's put straight into the tandoor itself. So I'm going to take a bit off here. I've got some red wine to accompany it. And let's have a taste. Cooked fresh. Tell you, it tastes better than my first kiss, and that's saying something. Absolutely amazing, brilliant food. Really enjoyed it, and I have to say, ladies and gents, there's more food on the menu. Okay, food from 5 continents. We're covering South Asian cuisine, Chinese, Thai. They've got sushi as well. A vast array, all sorts of curries. Get yourself down here. Jimmy Spices, Broad Street. And I must tell you that on Sundays, the kids can eat for free if they're under 10 years of age. Get yourself down, enjoy your week, whatever you do. Until next time, see ya.